examined the distribution of blood types in over 2,100 patients diagnosed with COVID-19 and compared them to a group of non-infected controls. Blood type A distribution was higher among infected versus non-infected people, while blood type O was lower, and the same was true when blood type distribution was examined among those who had succumbed to the disease. The second, examining over 1,500 COVID-19 patients, reported the same blood type distributions, but also reported that only Rh-positive individuals were significantly affected. It's worth noting that Rh-negative blood types are rare, so this could skew the data. They also examined clinical outcomes and reported no strong connection between blood type and intubation or death. Now moving on to published studies, we see a somewhat similar story. One published in April examined just 186 individuals with confirmed COVID-19 infections and found that type A blood groups were much more prevalent and type O much less prevalent among COVID patients when compared to healthy controls, with no significant effects on clinical outcomes. Another recent publication, examining 187 COVID patients, similarly found a higher proportion of type A and lower proportion of type O when compared to healthy controls. Unlike the previous study, however, they do report some associations with clinical outcomes. Over 85% of patients with type A reported fever, 76% of patients with type B, 54% with type O, and 57% with type AB. Cough was also highest among those with type A at just over 71%, though this was also true for type AB. Types B and O reported coughing at around 57 and 43% respectively. Both type A and type O were more likely to present with fatigue, and type AB was most likely to experience difficulty breathing. In complete contrast, a third study conducted at the Massachusetts General Hospital found that blood types B and AB, not type A, were associated with higher odds of testing positive, though, like the previous studies, they also reported that type O was associated with lower risk. In terms of clinical outcomes, they found no association between blood type and risk of intubation or death. And last but not least, a recently published genome-wide association study found gene variants in 2 locations on the human genome associated with COVID-19 disease severity, with one of those areas also containing genes responsible for determining blood type. Blood group analysis confirmed the majority of other reports. Among patients with COVID-19 and varying degrees of respiratory failure, the proportion of type A was higher and proportion of type O lower when compared to controls. So what does all this mean?